After Dr. Ravi talking in a exciting and changing the genetics, and also listening to Mini, I was just feeling how I should start. Because this morning, I had a wonderful information. It was just like reassuring my faith in the homeopathic medicines. This morning, Dr. Sukul was talking about the water memory. And similarly, Dr. Soma also referred the same thing. And this reminded me about one of the informations that I read about a research work done in Japan. I forgetting the name. The research was that some research was conducted, and where there was a change in the water molecules. Masawi, thank you, sir. So this change is possible, but how it is possible? Is it possible? It is acting on the one area or other area or on the whole. And what we think about our life, we are this body only, or we are something else than that. I say that, we are not body. We are not body. It is not body. It is only the house where we are living. This information is very useful, and I think Dr. Henneman has considered this phenomenon. Just to recall one case of osteomalacia long back I saw, and the case was very simple, treated by so many practitioners. It was a case of osteomalacia in the lower limbs, and it was constantly, abscess was there, and it was discharging, everything was going on, when everyone told that this happened, this osteomalacia developed after the injury. The patient got a fracture injury and something healed up, but it remains, and it will go forever. And in homeopathy also, many people tried with the arnica because it is injury. Many thought about the ruta and so many medicines. What I say, and this morning's Vasing was also telling the underlying cause. And what I used to say, that can you see the fire in the sea? Have you ever seen a fire getting burning in the sea, water? No, never. But it happened. Some people saw the huge flame was coming out from the big sea, and was just imagining how it is happening. But no one thought that some ship was going and the barrel was broken and the oil flowed over it, and somebody threw the match lights, and it started flaming. So this is the things, this is the outlook that we have to have developed in the homeopathy. For a homeopath, and with my career in this homeopathy system of medicines for this long period, I feel that for perceiving the patient as a whole, I don't say that genetic cannot be changed. I don't say that it can be changed. It can happen anything. It can do anything which you cannot imagine. I am also referred to a case of the patient who was declared to have died completely, but some faith was there, and it is a case of Dr. S.M. Singh. You know Dr. S.M. Singh from Allahabad. He said, and he was called, and he said, why I should treat the dead body? Doctor Sahab, thoda sa dekh lo. Always there are some expectations. He went there, he saw the body, he touched the body, and he felt the medicines, and the medicines was prescribed. The allopathic doctors, the other practitioners, they were just making some joke. How this is the approach of the homeopathic doctor. But miracle happened. Miracle happened. This man got slowly started, and before going to the grave, he just woke up. So these things are happening. It is not miracle. It is not also a chance. It is only a chance of your perception. How you perceive. Perception is, what is the perception? It is not only because you are listening, seeing through your eye, or listening to your ear, or speaking to your voice. All the sense has to get united. All the sense for perception has to be got united. That makes the complete sense. You say the taste, it is sweet. I will ask you, what type of sweets? It is Bengal Rasgulla. Huh? Or it is like the mango of the Malda. No, what type of the sweets? It is not enough, sir. You have the rubrics in the repertory. You have the symptoms in the medicine, Metra-Medica. But to perceive the totality of the single symptoms is important. Totality of the single symptoms is important. Totality starts from the single words that patient speaks before you. The moment he starts speaking, the totality has to become. So it is just unifying your life with the patient life is important. Unifying your life with the patient life is important. So until you have the tuning between yourself and the patient, and you have to get unified. So Dr. Henneman spoke about the rapport, building a rapport during the case taking. And this rapport is not only that you are seated like a businessman or a professional asking the question to the patient, and just able to what I say, Dr. Henneman has just spoken about the vital principle. First, he talked about the vital force. Yes? Up to 5th edition, he was about the vital force. I think 5th or 4th, no, 5th, up to 5th. And thereafter, he said, no, it is vital principle. What is the difference between vital principle and vital force? And why he expanded his thoughts from the force to the principle? This is questions we have to ask. And usually students ask me, sir, what is the difference between these? Both are the same. No, I say, no, it is not the same. And that's why Dr. Henneman was very conscientious type of the person. He used every word in his, and every word in the organon of medicines is very important. We have to think about that. Somebody asked, I was telling about, can we have a 7th edition of the organon of medicines? I say, if you can become Henneman, you can do it. Because Henneman chose every word, comma, full stop to make his organon a complete sense. He kept on revising. He was not a static person. He was a dynamic person. And dynamicity is the aspect of the life. And dynamicity is the aspect of the universe. The whole of the universe is based and understood only with the dynamic. If there is no dynamism, what is it? It is just like a desert where you don't have the life. So experiencing the life is important. Experiencing the life is important. And this is very much true for the practitioners. Every healing art practitioners will have to become a perceiver. Perception is important. And this perception is not just only the listening or just seeing. Everything has to be unified. So the totality, the balance, life is a balance. Before to the organon of medicines, Dr. Henneman had a small article. It is something, I'm becoming forgetful. It is related to the balance. He was asking a question to the whole of the medical faculty whether this health is in the balance or not. Health is a state of the balance. We have developed the idea that this is the limit for the high BP or the low BP, 120, 120, 90. But you go to the back editions of the practice of medicines on the pathology and the pharmacy. It was something else. Every day it is getting changed. Every day it is getting changed. Your blood counts sugar level. Earlier it was 150. Now they say 120, beyond more, 20 is more. Why? I saw a patient who was having a blood sugar and he was having a strong desire. Doctor Sahab, please allow me to have at least some rasgulla every day. And all doctors said, no, you don't take any sweets. You don't take rice, you don't take potato, you don't take anything. He said, then I will die. Why to live? A patient of the jaundice, he was very much craving for the fatty foods, ghee. You understand ghee, na? Ghee, butter. And he said, I cannot eat any chapati without a butter or without a ghee. I treated her. I said, yes, you can put some ghee on your roti and you can have. And you believe it, she recovered within a week. Why? The doctors were suppressing the cases, suppressing the desire by making a restriction. Suppression of the desire was there. And he was suffering from it. If I say that diabetic patient not to eat the sugar, but he has got the craving, this is definitely it will create this suppression. It will be the obstacles in your cure. Obstacles in your cure. This is very useful in things that we have to consider. So removing the obstacles, learning about the totality, learning about the holistic approach is the only things that Dr. Henneman thought about. Why he deviated from the normal principle of the general way of the practice that was going on during his time? Why he why revolted? Why he deviated from, why he didn't like the things? Because people had deviated from the basic philosophy of the physician, which the Hippocrates had they talked about some 420 BC before. Physicians is a person who knows the physics of the universe, who knows the physics of the life, who knows the physics of the things, what is happening between the two things, life and the universe. This is important aspects that we have to. And it is practically visible. Dr. Vijay was talking about like that. Minnie was telling her experience. This can happen, sir, only for those practitioners who can perceive the things in different ways. It is not the book that you are going to teach. It is not the things that you are going to learn from the Materia Medica. It is the things that you are seated in the clinic and the patient before you. We say, and I remember Dr. Patel's language, the patient which I have seen today, I will not see that type of the patient in future. I have not seen that type of the patients earlier. If you say that I am expert of the diabetes, you are just making a fool of yourself. I am not an expert. If I have treated 5 successful cases of the diabetes, if I have treated 5 successful, I say I am an expert. No, because the 6th patient that is coming to you will be the completely different persons, not a. So no two human beings are alike. No two human beings are, even the twin. Even the twin. So see the person, just observations is very important. And these observations cannot be learned from the literary books, the classrooms. I was in the Central Council of Homeopathy, and I spent there for about, I think I am one of the longest person who was the member of the story and also became the chairman of the Education Committee. And during my tenure, the present syllabus was, now it is, NCH has made more elaborated, but up to last batch, the students were learning by the syllabus, through the syllabus that we are prepared during my time. I say, at that time, I had an idea, and our team, we thought that why we should not have more and more clinical exposure to the patient. Because patient can see, if the student can see and learn about the homeopathy, only he is before in the clinic. I remember a person saying he talked a lot, learned a lot from the practice of medicine book. These are the symptoms of the tuberculosis. But in the clinic, the tuberculosis was patient was seated before him, but he was not able to recognize that this is tuberculosis. Why? Because that was the bookish language, and we have to be the practical language. Homeopathy is not a science of the theory. Homeopathy is simply a science of the observations, learning, and your openness of the things. Sometimes we make things, ये हो नहीं सकता है. It is not possible. Everything is possible. What the dreams comes to you, what the thoughts comes to your mind, and what you imagine for your life, it can be possible because it is existing within this universe. If it is not existing in this universe, that will never come to your mind. There is no intuitions. It is the existence of those phenomena, those things on this planet. So be open, have a, don't say no or don't say yes. I never say I can do it. The patient who comes to Doctor Sahab, ये ठीक हो जाएगा? I say, I don't know. I don't know. So who will know? Who will know? I say, you know yourself. And until I know you, I cannot say yes. So this is the approach. I'm talking about the doctor-patient relationship. I am talking about the homeopathy. I'm talking about everything, but whole thing is the holistic approach. Whole thing is the totality. Whole thing is the life. And the life is something which has got the wide spread. It has no end and no beginning. It is infinity. From where you came and where you will go, who knows? You got a birth from your mother's womb, and you are going to die in the graveyard. This is not the end. This is not the beginning. It was there, it is there, and Dr. Henneman talked about the vital principle. Dr. Kent talked about the simple substance. The simple substance are those substances which never get destroyed, and it cannot be reconstructed, it cannot be destroyed. It is eternal, and you have to understand what way it is following. Dr. Henneman devised and understood about the selection of the medicines. And he find himself unable to select medicines from his own Materia Medica Pura. Own Materia Medica, the person who has written, who has proved the medicines on himself, on his family members, on his friends, and he made a compiled those things in the Materia Medica Pura. He said, I am unable to recollect those symptoms when the patient is seated before me. This is the honest of the disclosure of the Dr. Henneman. Honesty. And that's why he said, there must be some mechanical approach, there must be some support to the mind. Support to the mind. And he took about selected the terms repertorial approach. And what do you think about the repertorial approach? It is simply calculator with your mobile phone like that. We have the apps of the repertory, and you say that I am the doctor, I can select any medicines? No, sir. It is the repertory is the word taken from the European word. It is repertorial, means the tuning. bringing all the instruments to play together to create a tune. So we have to take all the symptoms of the patient, all the information of the past, present, and even the future to create a tune out of that. And that tuning has to be tuned with the medicines. And this will be the right tuning, right approach, and right practice way for the homeopathy. So friends, I don't know how much time I have, Mini will allow me. Let me see, but I have a lot of the things. To move. So, you know this man. The fact that man produces concept. Yes, sir? Okay. Sir, मैं तो घूमता हूँ फिर. Man produces a concept beside a concept of I, beside the totality of his mental and emotional experience or perception does not prove that there must be only a specific existence beyond such concept. We are succumbing to illusions produced by our self-created language without reaching better understanding of anything. Most of so-called philosophy is due to the kind of this fallacy. Wonderful quotes I got from this great novel winners. You know, we used to talk about the particular symptoms and the general symptoms. Particular symptoms are those symptoms which represents the I. Sorry, general symptoms are those which represents the I, and particular which represents the my. So your body is what? You say, this is my hand, this is my heart, this is my body, this is my liver. But you don't say, I am liver. You don't say, I am heart. You don't say, this is I am hand. You say, it is my. So what is it? It is the belonging. It is the part. What is the wholeness? I. So general. So this tuning comes when you create a general output from all these phenomena. You can get the informations about the I. So for friends, only my idea was to provoke you, to remind you. I know that you all are a very good practitioners, learned practitioners, and all are here to meet, summit to share your ideas and views. And I definitely agree. From the morning and till now, I was listening, so I got myself enriched with this. And thank you to Dr. Sukul for inviting me here today for these presentations and to be the part of this seminar. The principles of double effect. The fact must be morally good or neutral itself. Bad results cannot be the means of achieving the good results. Yes, you are talking about the aggravations, medicines, and Mini was also talking about the netramure, and there was some inflammations created. Oh, doctor, what you have done? Huh? What you have done? No, I have done a good job. A patient came and he was having after our medications, the diarrhea started. More than 10 died after a stool, and the family members got exhausted. I was asked, what you have done, doctor? Why the patient is having so much diarrhea? I said, let me talk to the patient. I asked the patient, how you are feeling? No, are you feeling weak? No. Are you, what is happening to you? Nothing, sir, nothing. Are you feeling good? Yes, I am good. So patient is feeling good, but he is getting himself cleaned. So cleaning, inflammations, all these words has got the dual meaning. Dual meaning. You create the inflammations, and you remove the inflammations with the same medicines. All the medicines has got the duality effect. You can, and the word medicines is also known as, it comes from the things which can kill or which can cure. The same thing. And how many of you say that, how many of your Medica medicines are not poison? Every medicine is poison. Even your Netramute, the daily salts that you are taking. Daily salts you are taking, it is also poison, but it depends on the quality, the quantity. Quality and quantity matters. The way you use, the excess and the optimum conditions of the life is important. Maintaining an optimum state of the life is very much important. If you have the optimum understanding of the life, you will not say that this is the limit of the blood pressure, this is the limit of the sugar, this is the limit of the thyroid, creatinine. I saw a patient, kidney patients with a creatinine which was constantly not getting less than 5, and people used to say point, it should be below 1. But it was constantly, and the patient was very happy, very good, everything, and no problem was there. It has got accommodated, adjusted with the life. This is the nature of our life. If you cannot change, to get adjusted. If you cannot change, you have to get adjusted. I saw some slides this morning also. Subhash Singh was talking. If you cannot change, to get adjusted, get accommodated, and that you say compromising. Compromising. Life used to make compromise in certain situations. And you know that bypass surgery happens without the surgeon's knife. Bypass surgery happens, and these are the phenomena the physicians and the surgeons have learned from the mechanism of the heart and our physiology. So only the interpretations is there, and that interpretation is important. Now, this is the concept of the Aristotle. The good of the part is subordinate to the good of the whole. The whole of the is the determining factor. The whole is the determining factor. Whole, the part, and their mutual relationship. How the things are existing between the me and my body. Me and my body. How much and how I have underwent an injury, and how I have adjusted with that, how I have lived with that, that is important. At that state, what is the state of your mind? What is the state of your mind? How you are feeling? Even if are you feeling to die, or you want to survive, or you want to do something else? So, people used to say, from the leukoderma patients, they come, sir, this is white spot. I say, what is the problem? What is the problem? Say, no problem. So, but then why you are why you want to have a treatment? Everybody has got one color. You have multicolor body. This is good, na? We want the multicolored cloths. So God has given you the multicolored body. Why? This question is important. Why? Sir, this don't look me, and I feel inferior. The problem is that he is feeling that he is not looking good. So, sir, this will hamper my family reputations. My daughter will not get married because they will feel that his parents are suffering from this type of thing. The problem is not this white spot. The problem is that he is having the anxiety about their family. So really problem is not in the body, problem is outside the body. So problem can be at any place, inside the body, outside the body, and even the society. Even the society. You are suffering because of the social interactions. Social interactions. You made a love affair with the girl you liked, and the whole society was against you. Who was at the problem? That boy was the problem, or that society was at the problem? The society. So this thing needs the consideration for the physicians. When a patient comes to me like this, I say, no, you have not made a mistake. Society was wrong. You are right. You are right. You have followed your conscience. You have followed your desires. That was there. Now 3 levels was there. I saw your slide, sir. The upper layer, where the some disease name was there, and behind that. So external visibility, functional operations, and structural structures. So totality, the wholeness of the person can be understood only at the 3. What you see at the surface, iceberg, and what you see inside it, and what is the functions going on, what is the output of that. And when you combine those things, that will constitute the complete understanding of it. So many things are there. There are many repetitions. I will talk about with this Aeschylus also. See, all the stalwarts of the past, father of the medicines, in Ayurveda, Dhanvantari also, and this person is also Greek god of medicine. They all have the vision about the man. 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 Who is man? Who is man? It is not the physical body only. It is not the. If you think about the man, you are thinking only about the animal of him. You are not thinking about the completeness. Mind and body and soul. All the 3, they combine together to be called as a man. And man is highly developed intellect part. It is only like that. So there is no difference between you and the animal. You and the animal. Only that, if you see, in repertory, there is one rubric in the mind chapter, that feminine character. And people used to say, sir, Pulsatilla is a feminine medicine. And this Naxvamika is a male medicine. There is a general concept among the homeopaths. So I say then what does it mean? Whether you are going to Naxvamika only to the male patient and not the female, or Pulsatilla only to the male patient and female patient and not the male patient. So yes, sir, this is the. If it is male, it is male. If it is female, it is female. But you know the Chinese philosophy, yin and yang. Yin and yang. And in our Indian philosophy, Prakriti or Purush. What is Prakriti? Prakriti is a nature. And Purush is the things. So this body is the carrier. And mind gives you the principle. The principle is there. So when they are combined together, you become. So now sometimes the mind is dominating, sometimes your body is dominating. So sometimes, even if you are a male, you are a female. Because you have a female characteristics. So this is not the things by that you can decide by appearance, you decide with the whole of the personality. This is important things that we have to understand about it. Okay? So these concepts are going on. Why has it stopped? So wants me to stop now. FRM 7. How many of you have understood? FRM 7. The soul means where the disease can be made known. What remedy is required? Dr. Henneman talks about only 3. Dr. Henneman talks about only 3. What you see, what the patient feels, and what the people talks about him. 3 way listening. And what are the others? No others. There is no transcendental speculations, imaginations. Imaginations. Medicine is not an imagination. It should not come that this medicine is Berberis medicine for the kidney, or this medicine is for the injury. I saw a boy who had having a fall. Kharm ho gaya, sir. Time pura. I saw the smile from Sukul's A smile was there, and a smile is good. And it is also good for me to stop my voice and save my energy. Okay? So just sharing a case of a patient who was lying in the bed, and he was having high fever. Acute case, high fever. Everything was okay. Everything was bad in the opinion of the family members and in the opinion of the doctor. But for the patient, he was happy. Oh, it is time to relax. So he used to say, I am well, no problem. You know, Arnika say, I am well, no problem. I can survive. You know where this Arnika plant is found? It is on the top of the mountain. You go to the Kathmandu, you have been to the Kathmandu, and in the Darjeeling, you will see a lot of the Arnika. And you know, in Kathmandu, people used to name their girl as a Arnika. There is one doctor from you. I think you might have met Dr. Gwali. His daughter's name is Arnika. I asked him, why you give this name of the homeopathic medicines? Because he was homeopathic? No, sir. Arnika is a very good plant here, and it is found everywhere in Nepal. And you see the Arnika plant surviving on the top of the mountain, where every time there is a time of the danger and falling. But survival of the Arnika plant there on the top hills was only because of the confidence, nothing will happen to me. And you go to the repertory, sage well, even when the problem is there, the bold medicine is Arnika. So thank you very much. And so now you smile more, sir. Thank you.